In this video, I will be doing a review of my Woodpecker router table, router insert plate and lift, and my Woodpecker router table vents with micro adjustment. This is a router table that I was getting rid of. I already had gotten rid of the base and I had the top laying on the side. I'm getting ready to start a new project and I really want to be able to use my router table in this project. So I got to thinking how I could get a router table back in here where I can break it down and move it out of the way and not take up space. So I decided to use the base for my miter saw stand that I use out in the field. There's a steel base. I drilled some holes in it and using some woodpecker knobs, I attached the table to it. So this is what you have now. So when I'm not using it, at least until I get my permanent situation going, I could put a router table against the wall. I could put a folding table against the wall. And when I need it, I could bring it out. So here we have it. As you see, it's a very large router tabletop. And actually, this is what drew me to it originally. I like a large router table. Do you need one this big? Not really. But when I'm working on doors and so forth, I like the larger top. And then also my dovetail jig designed to work on a router table. The larger top, I prefer it. Let's go over some features of my setup. Original to the setup is this fence. I think they call it the super fence. I'll leave the information in the description. This part is the main part of the fence. It has a lot of adjustments. You have adjustments to where you can offset the fence for jointing. I don't use it that way. I personally don't use it that way. I have a jointer. So, but you can offset one of the fence and you could do jointing on it, put it right back into place and lock it down. There's a lot of calibration points you can square up. It has these set screws so you can achieve a fence that is perpendicular to the worktop on both sides. It came with sub fence. I like that too. The MDF sub fence with a laminate on it, and it's adjustable and it's replaceable. It has aluminum extrusions for the main parts of it, the uprights and the base. And then the components that hold everything at 90 degrees is all machine aluminum, as you can see here. Now, after owning it for a while, at a show, I picked up this micro adjust. And what I like about that is you can loosen the main fence and then you have micro adjustment that you could, get the fence to where you want it. I paid extra for that. I think they still carry this and it's sold on their website, but it's definitely worthwhile. I like it. It has its own set of, means of securing it to the table. And same idea, extruded aluminum for the base. Then you have all these machine aluminum along with these stainless steel parts, lead screws and so forth. Knurl on the adjustment to give you, a positive grip. Really like that. Let me put that back into place. I like to use a straight edge against the bearing, like that. It also came with this sub fence up here that is adjustable, and you can attach the included guard so you don't come in contact with the blade. I like that a lot. It also allows for different accessories these feather boards. So you can use these feather boards as hold downs on the fence, and you can also use it in the accessory track on the table. And you can have a whole hold down system here going on, you know, on the in-feed and the out-feed. And you can perform your work with everything held in place. These were not included. These are accessories that you can purchase for it. I'll leave information on pricing. The other cool thing is it has this port here for dust collection that works real well. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell for the fence. It came with these two tools. One is a handle, loosen brake. It has a brake to hold it in place. You turn it like this to loosen the brake, and then you can raise the bit up or down. And it can be used from this side or this side. And the router lift, another all aluminum machined, made by Woodpecker. It has set screws so you could level it with the top. Another thing I like is it came with a few, but then you can buy more. And that's this insert. Came with this tool as well. And depending on the size bit, you get one of these holes as one of these insert that is closest in the hole diameter to the bit. It came with the two aluminum ones, three aluminum ones actually. I'll get to this one in a second. Three aluminum ones, and I purchased the plastic ones in various other sizes. So that's a neat thing. Get this router insert above the table. You can see it here. This one is meant to be used with a plunge router. Most lifts are designed to be used with a non-plunging router, and it, you know, just a regular cylindrical one, and the lift allows you to, you know, put it in like a sleeve and tighten it down, and you can use it with a with their system. But this one works with a plunge router. You just have to remove the spring, and as you can see here, it's well built. This is chain driven, and it's all aluminum and stainless steel as far as I can see, and it's very well built. I'm using a Triton router with mine, 3.5 peak horsepower. Oh. The router table is MDF, laminated MDF, and these screws is exactly where those set screws at. So, you know, it's not pressing against the MDF, it's pressing against the head of the screws to level it. Very well built. I like it. Now concerning the concerning this, that drops in here. Tighten up. Then you will use it with the appropriate, and I have a whole video on this whole system, but you use it with the appropriate dovetail bit, and you can route dovetail from the top of the table, and this is the guide bushing. You'll go in between and make your cuts, and it works very well. I must say, they do make a lot of good stuff. I know they have a table now that is all phonic. I like the little holder. It's made out of MDF, so you have a means of keeping it organized. so we can do a little test. Now you'll get to see it, you know, in action. Where is she? Come on. Here it is. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this. On the plate, there's markings starting with 0 from the center, and there's increments going backwards, and you have increments coming forward. It's in a resolution of 1/32 of an inch. So this is the center. The 0 is the center of the bit. So you could roughly set it to 0, you know, by eye. And then lock the micro fence down. Then you could do adjustments. You can do micro adjustments. Let me raise the bit up here. Disadvantage: they have another system, another router lift that uses the round body router, and it has the ability to quickly drop the router and quickly bring it up. You don't get that feature with this particular style. So you gotta crank it, and it takes time. That's one knock against it. But besides that, everything else about it I like. Not a big deal for me, personally. I'm gonna use this as a straight edge. And as you can see, virtually no dust. This is my router table setup. It's from Woodpecker. It includes the table, the router lift, the fence, and the micro adjust. All works together for a system that I enjoy using and have served me well. And now in its current incarnation, using it with this stand, until I have its permanent home set up, which is not going to be the table, it's just going to be the insert and the fence. But until my permanent setup, this is going to be my new router table setup. And actually, to be honest with you, it may end up being a permanent setup, not for the shop, but it may be a good tool that I could break down and set up for a work site. So I may be able to take this whole table to a work site and have a setup just for a job site and have, you know, another setup for the shop. Thanks for watching this video. As usual, stay safe in the shop and have a good day. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to be notified when new content is dropped on this channel, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and drop a comment down below.